Hey guys, we're back today for another weekly pajama party. We do these every Friday night, and there's something I know I look forward to all week, so welcome. Today we're talking about Konmari versus minimalism, the tendency to want to purge it all and start all over again. I know that I've had this urge when I was going through my own minimalism journey. And just to give you guys a quick recap, when I started my journey last year, I actually discovered the art of decluttering, the art of purging and owning less through Konmari. And so that's why I refer myself as a Konmari minimalist, because as I've progressed in my journey, I've now merged those two concepts and mindsets together and have sort of like a hybrid version of them. And that seems to work a lot better for me. So I know that when I was going through the journey in the beginning, I was really frustrated because I never realized how much work decluttering and getting rid of things can be. And just through the pain of all of that, I had many moments where I thought to myself, wouldn't it be easier if I could just wipe it off as a clean slate and just get rid of it all and not have to give thought to it, not have to put things on the market and entertain buyers and wait for months sometimes for things to sell? Wouldn't it be so much easier? And now that I've gone through that painful process of what it took us 4.5 months to do that initial purge, and it's been a little bit longer for us now since we've done it, and just going through the many cycles that come from being a minimalist and then going through post-minimalism and the different stages, I've learned quite a bit. And let me start by giving you guys some of the benefits that minimalism has had. Let me open up my chat so I can see you guys in here too. Awesome. We've got some people joining us. If you guys would give this video a thumbs up, that would really help me out under the video, not in the chat box. And I will be taking questions and interacting with you guys as we always do with these live chats. But before we do that, I wanted to just kind of go through some of the benefits that I've known of both the Konmari method and minimalism in my life. Has been that life seems to be a lot easier to maintain. Home life runs a lot smoother. There's a lot less anxiety. I tend to be one of those type of people that just gets really easily overwhelmed, really easily anxious if I have a lot on my plate, if I have too many things on my checklist, on my to-do list. Those kind of things can make me really anxious. I just have that type of personality. Definitely get it from my dad. So thanks, Dad. And then another thing I've noticed, a positive, is that home always looks clean, and it's easier to have people over, whether it's planned or a girlfriend calls me, or just to come over, or a neighbor drops by. It's a lot easier to even fake clean your house, if you guys know what that means, because if there isn't a lot of clutter on your countertops, there isn't things on the floor everywhere, even if you haven't vacuumed in a week or haven't really wiped down the countertops in a day or two, it's very easy to fake that clean. I hope you guys understand what I mean by that. So it's easier for that. I do have a lot more time to do other things. As you guys have noticed, I've been able to spend a lot more time on my business now, on my YouTube channel, because I don't have this constant feel like life is out of control or there's a lot of things to maintain or clean. You guys know, everything that comes with running a home, being a mom and a wife, and everything else. You guys know what comes with it. So personally, I find that it's a lot easier to maintain that. But in the beginning, I won't lie, I had a lot of those moments where I felt like if I can only start over, it would be so much easier. And a lot of it, I think the stress that was added in the decluttering process was that I just wanted to donate everything we were getting rid of. But my husband wanted to see whatever we can recoup in the money, he wanted to see if we can recoup that. And a lot of that took a lot of time. You guys know, if you list something on Craigslist, or if you put something, even if you're trying to sell it on OfferUp, it takes time. People make offers, sometimes they don't show up. So the pain of that really it was painful, it was time consuming, but I think it really helped me because now that I think about it, that purge it all mentality, I think we do that all the time. Because think about it, how many times have we sit in front of the closet and thought, well, I don't have anything to wear. Let me just go shopping for a new outfit for this event that's coming up. Or if you feel like you don't have the right utensils in the kitchen because they're not organized or you have too many things, you just think if I had that one other gadget. So in some way, we're always like just saying, okay, forget all this, let's bring in new things. So I think it really doesn't work. Now that I think about it, however painful that process was of selling things and waiting for people and people negotiating with us, and we had, I mentioned this before, we had one of the loneliest garage sales. We had so much stuff that we were looking to get rid of. At the end of the garage sale, we were giving stuff away for free and nobody wanted it. So, and this was like, good toys. They weren't like broken things or anything, but they were things that we had at one point wanted enough to buy it, spend our hard-earned money on, and nobody wanted our stuff. So it really, I think that was such an important lesson for me to learn. So I think that if you don't go through that pain of decluttering, if you don't take that time, then you miss some important lessons and some important milestones. So if I had donated everything rather than trying to sell it, it would have been too easy. I would have been back into my cycle again. I would have accumulated all of the junk. But now I find myself standing at the store picking up something and going, wait a minute, do I really need this? Do I really want this? Have I had something in the past that I used similar? That past history of having used something or not used something, I think is a good point for me because, for example, if it's a top and I know that I just gave away a top similar to that because I never wore it, then that means I should not bring that home with me. So I think the pain of getting rid of all that was such an eye-opener for me that if I did not go through that painful process, sometimes Irfan made it really painful, I won't lie, because it was like we're having to wait 5 months, not 5 months, but you guys know what I mean, I'm exaggerating, but let's say it took us 2 months to sell something for $2, and it would be a pain. But I think I get his point, because I think at the end he wanted it to be painful to get rid of things, because that was a very important lesson for both of us to learn that things sitting around devalue, they're hard to sell, and if we just bring in new things, if we just purge it all and bring new things in, that's very easy. And stuff shouldn't be an easy solution, because then you're just going to be back into that cycle again. So I know there's I have some more notes, but I want to say hi to and take some of you guys' questions. But I want to tell the next point that I want to make is that the start over mentality spills over into other areas of life, and I will discuss some of those areas with you guys. But let's see. Hi Nash. Kristen Knoll is here. Kristen Knoll, and she said, hi Mina, thanks for having another live chat. This video is perfect timing. I'm decluttering before moving and appreciate your inspiration. Kristen, if I can give you one advice, I'd say this to, I've been recently saying this to a lot of my family members a lot who have been moving. This is the perfect time, because the pain of having to pack away things that you really don't need or really don't value, and then unpack, and pay, moving is expensive. Even if you're doing it yourself, you have to carry that stuff. You have to maybe invite friends over to help you, or maybe you're hiring movers. It's expensive, whether you look at it in monetary sense or time and energy to move things. So this would be a great time to get rid of that. So yes, perfect timing for you to be doing this. Hi, Cultivating My Life. Alexa is here. Tani said, hi Mina, watching and reading your book at the same time. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you so much. Olivia is here. She said, hi Mina, so happy to catch a live stream. I don't know how long I will stay, but I love any time with you. Thank you so much. You're very sweet. Jenna Rogers is here. She said, I completely agree. I always thought, oh, if I only had this one thing, I would finally be able to ... lose weight, get organized, clean more, cook more, feel better. When I heard if everything is important, If everything is important, then nothing is. It made so much sense. Wow, that's good. It's so interesting, Jenna, that you say that, because I think we all go through that period. I've been in so many different journeys, thought, well, if I'm not starting this journey because I'm waiting for that one item or that perfect timing. And it's never perfect timing. And how many items, have we had for example, those people that say, well, I would lose weight if I only had a gym membership or if I only had XYZ. And they've had those things in the past. But if you don't have that inner motivation yourself to do it, nothing outside of you will make you do it. And then there's people that don't have a gym membership or any special gadgets, and they will go run outside and lose the weight. So I like that example, and it makes complete sense. And that's a perfect segue into my next point, because this purge it all mentality, I think it spills over into other aspects of our life. There's when we talk about diet changes or lifestyle changes, I honestly believe that people don't stick with diets long enough. Essentially, any diet can work for you. I know there's so many debates, and you and I can turn blue in the face arguing it out, whether this diet is the best diet or that diet is the best diet. But at the end of the day, the diet that you are more likely to stick with is the best diet. Now, having said that, I think most diets are a huge improvement on the standard American diet, right? Unless you're doing something really crazy. Like, I know some people will do some I'm only gonna drink this one thing type of diets. But most diets, whether it's paleo or vegan or blood type diet or anything in between, would work because they're a huge improvement in the processed diet that we eat. But we don't stick it out long enough. We think, oh, this didn't work in a week, so forget this, let's just throw that out and then let's go to the next one. And there's always this purging and let's start afresh. Purging and let's start afresh. And I know I've done this in my own life, so I'm not trying to pick on anybody. I have that mentality, and I have to stop myself many times, because if I don't have the motivation to do it this way, then what makes me think that purging this out and starting new with something else will give me all of a sudden this radiant satisfaction of, okay, now I'm going to do it. It's either you have it or you don't have it. And sometimes going through the pain and the discipline of any diet, of any decluttering process, or of any fitness routine or any type of routine gives you enough of that momentum and enough of the discipline to actually do it. So that's where I think it all fits in, because if I didn't go through the pain of taking the time to declutter, our house was a mess for 4.5 months because we had things that we were selling, things that we were donating, things that we didn't know what to do with, things we weren't sure if we wanted to keep. Then there's our kids' things, which I wanted to give them the right to make their own decisions without influencing them too much, but not having them keep everything. So there was so much going on, but I think that painful process was so important in our journey. If we missed that, then the mindset wouldn't be there. It would have been another declutter, and we would have ended up right back where we started from. So however painful that process is, I think purging it all and starting over isn't the right solution. Maybe it is for people, those shows, Hoarders, Buried Alive, and I watch those sometimes and I'm thinking, oh my God, we need to burn that house down and start over. I know that sounds awful, but you know what I'm talking about. Some of those homes that are so just beyond repair or anything. In that situation, maybe yes, purge it all and start over. But for the average person like you and I think we shouldn't just purge it all and start over, because then we haven't adopted that important mindset of that pain. And like I mentioned, every time I'm buying something new, I go through these series of questions, and then they're not forced. I'm not saying, okay, where is my question checklist? It kind of happens naturally now because I know how painful it is to get rid of stuff. And I also know how much you spend when you buy stuff and how little you recoup, right? When you're buying something, it's this is the only piece of its kind, and this is an artistic piece, or it's on sale right now, you're going to miss it, this is the only one in your size, and it's this amazing thing, right? And then when you're selling it back to somebody or selling it second, on the secondhand market, it's like the worst thing ever and nobody wants to pay you anything for it. You guys know how that goes, right? So I think it's so important to go through that difficult process. Olivia said, I just love hearing your thoughts. You're so inspirational. Thank you. I'm so glad. And I want to hear your thoughts too. So what do you guys think about this? And I'm not trying to, if that is you, if you have those feelings, I totally get it. I really do, because I still have those moments where I'm like, oh, like this isn't working. I just want to like throw everything out and start all over again. So I think as a culture, we have this fascination with starting over with, like New Year's, we do this at a lot of points, spring cleaning. So we have this like purge it all and then bring it back in, purge it all and then bring it back in. But I think that if it's too easy to purge, then it's very easy to end up back in that cycle. Jenna said, yes, girl, you are nailing it. Think about can you maintain this for 30, 40 years all the time? Yes, and what Jenna is referring to is anytime somebody comes at me, and I have a few clients, sorry guys for throwing you guys under the bus, you guys know who you are, that do this to me all the time. They will start something and it's going great for them, it's working, but because results take time, 2 or 3 weeks into something working really amazing for them, they will say, well, can I just do this like juice fast for 10 days and then I swear I will get back to. And an important question I always ask, and I urge you guys to ask yourself this question, is whatever this XYZ miracle diet is, or this XYZ miracle whatever is, can I maintain this for the next 30 to 40 years? And if the answer is no, then like why? I don't understand like this get quick fix, because anything that helps you lose weight, like how they say, oh, you can lose 10 pounds in like 2 days, you're gonna gain it all back, it. Why would you do that to yourself? So I have this thing, especially as I get older, I don't want to harm my body just to look a certain way. I want to have lasting results that improve and enhance my life and my body, my health. So the question I always ask myself is, can I see myself realistically doing this for the next 30 and 40 years? And if I see that as a possibility, obviously we all change and evolve. I promote that on my channel, so that's a good thing. But if I can realistically see myself doing it for 30, 40 years, that means it's a relatively good match. A juice fast for 2 days or 10 days, that's not maintainable, it's not realistic. So my answer for those kind of things are no, thank you. So that's what Jenna is referring to, and I think it's really helpful. And I hear of people saying, well, I know which diet I can do for long term for 30, 40 years, but I don't want to do that because that one takes slow for results. Well, the things that work and are long lasting, and the things that you see yourself maintaining forever, they will require work and they will take slower results, because those are the real things. That's how life works, right? Life isn't some magic wand that we magically things appear. It doesn't work that way. Diane said, occasionally watching hoarders is a good way to get me up and cleaning. Diane, you and me both. I get like a major anxiety from watching hoarders, and anytime my husband plays that show, 30 seconds into it, I am standing around like thinking, what can I throw away right now? Like I just have this urge to start throwing stuff away, and it just gives me major panic and anxiety. I'm not this type of person in other ways at all, like not even watching sports, but when I'm watching hoarders, I will stand up and be screaming at the screen, and that is so not me. I promise you guys, I'm not like that at all. Not even when watching sports. My mom would get really excited watching basketball and scream at Michael Jordan and everybody else, but I do that with hoarders. So that is not a good show for me to be watching, but I can completely relate to that. For those of you that are just joining in, if you can give this video a thumbs up in the description box, I would really appreciate it. Cultivating My Life said, burn it to the ground. Yes, there are some hoarder shows, some homes that I honestly think we remove all the people and burn that stuff down. I apologize if I pronounced this name incorrectly. Suzanne, I think it is. She said, "Hi Mina, greetings from Poland. Love your channel." Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you guys here. Alexa said, "Starting over with a methodology of a new path to follow works for me. Right now, I am reinventing some aspects of my life, and it is required to abandon old habits completely and start over." So in habits, Alexa, I kind of have your same mentality too. So I've got two mindsets for habits. Some routines work really well if you cold turkey them, which means, yes, you completely purge out the old habit and you just jump right into the new habit. And other habits you have to kind of build in slowly. So in that thing, I think I wouldn't count this in this mentality. Let me give you an example. So if somebody is a shopaholic and they decided that the best way for them to stop shopping was to get rid of everything that they owned in their closet, like, you know, that wouldn't work, because it would be so easy for them to like just throw that out, and before you know it, that mindset wouldn't be there and they would be back to their shopping habits again. So there is like a process that you have to take in order to overcome shopping addiction or things like that. So in that aspect, that purge it all and start quickly doesn't work, as you can see, because the mindset isn't there. But I completely agree. There's a lot of things like fitness and some diets where if you do it slowly, it actually does not work, because the habit requires you to be very consistent and very much into it. So I completely see what you're saying, and I can relate to that in a lot of ways. Hi, Ross. Thanks for moderating, guys. Shazan said, "It's amazing to have less. I've been purging for about 2 years, and it's such a difference to have less stuff to carry about." This is so true. I completely agree with that. Oh, okay, Marlena. Awesome. So I will call you Marlena. So that's perfect. Hi, Sumaya. I agree with that. I recently had this incident where I ordered shoes online, and these were a particular pair of shoes that I was really looking for a really long time. In fact, I could not find them, and I was thinking of DIYing them. That's how much I wanted them. Finally found them online, good price. I ordered them, and when the package arrived, instead of sending me the heels that I had ordered in my size, they sent me flats in a different size. And it's been 2 weeks going back and forth with the company and trying to get my refund, and they're just making me jump through hoops. I've had to send them a gazillion pictures. They take forever to respond back. And it made me realize like why having less and why I went through this whole process in the first place. In the last year, if you guys know, I went through a whole year without shopping. It was not my intention. It kind of worked out that way because of the pain of decluttering. I found it harder to shop, I guess. I needed just some time to be with the things that I had and just use them up. So I didn't shop for a whole year. So guess what? I didn't have to return anything for a whole year. I didn't have to talk for hours on the phone with customer service. I didn't have to email people annoying pictures of the wrong stuff that they sent me. And it all kind of came flooding back of how important it is to take time in buying new things, because it's such a pain when these kind of things happen. It's been 2 weeks. I'm trying to get my money back, and they are dragging me along. So I guess that pain just came flooding back of, you know, that year was so nice because I was just using up what I had, and I didn't have to wait on customer service, email customer service, these kind of hassles. And then, you know, my husband keeps asking me every day, did they refund the money? Did they refund the money? I'm like, not yet. And just that annoyance, if you guys can relate to that. And I kind of missed that year of not having all of that. So now hopefully, you know, if worst case scenario, I'm probably going to have to do a chargeback with my credit card company. I'm going to give it another few weeks. If they don't, I'll tell my credit card company that they're just giving me the runaround. But you guys know what I mean? Like, shopping involves so much more than just going to the store and buying something. There's so many returns and things. I personally know people that have things that they haven't returned for weeks just sitting around, and then they lose the receipts. I've been there. I've lost receipts, or the tag came off, like, or I forgot, like, something was sitting in my closet to return, and I found it like 6 months later. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to return this. I don't have the receipt anymore. So that's where like all of those memories came flushing back with this one experience. And I'm glad, I'm almost glad it happened, because it reminded me that shopping is a pain, and as much as I enjoy the things that I have and I enjoy getting new things, but there's a time investment involved and it's kind of annoying. Hi Fabian, happy to have you here. Hi Universal Journey. Universal Journey, I haven't called a credit card company yet. It's only been 2 weeks, so I want to give that company a chance to fix the situation. If they will just send me the right shoes or refund my money, I would be fine with that. But what a pain, right? Things like that are just so annoying to me now, because I know what it feels like to be shopping free for 1 year. And I've done videos on that before and I've talked about it, so I'm sure you guys remember. Life was just peaceful for that 1 year because I didn't have to deal with these kind of annoyance things. And I don't know about you guys, but things like that stress me out. Like if there's something like an open case like this, even though it's only, the shoes were $30, like at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. But it is a big deal because that's like an open thing in the back of my mind. It's on my to-do list. I see it every day. And every day that it's not getting resolved, I feel anxious. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but those kind of things really annoy me. And that's why it's so important to slow down. Diane said that is the downfall of shopping online, that it is that is too easy to order. It is. And I even this particular store has a retail store. I took it there and they said, oh no, we're just the middleman. If you order online, we can't take it back. And it's like, oh my god, so annoying. So needless to say, I won't be shopping from them again. Hopefully they will fix the situation. Alex said, oh my god, I went through shoe fiasco like that. I ended up donating the shoes to Goodwill and couldn't get any money back. I was spending too much time. I figured my time was worth more than the shoes. I completely agree, because those kind of things stress me out. So I will definitely not be ordering shoes, especially online. But it's not even that they didn't fit. It was a completely different product. Samaya said, exactly. After decluttering, I have decided this is it. Whenever I want to buy something, I'm reminded of the time and energy and pain of decluttering. Yes, especially something like this. I think I needed to go through this one more time to realize how, painful it is to return things, ship things back, and yes, get rid of things when they don't work out. Completely agree. Manju said, hi Mina, good morning from Malaysia. You changed myself, thank you. Oh, awesome. I'm so glad that you're here. What time is it in Malaysia? This is so awesome that you guys join in from all over the world. I'm so grateful. Universal Journey said, yes, it's a pain. I can totally relate to it. Yes, I will definitely do a chargeback if it gets to that point, but that's why I think that going through that slow process, it took us 4.5 months from start to finish, where we were able to say that yes, we are completely decluttered. Now, having said that, there has been a lot of maintenance, because with a family, and I don't even want to blame the whole family thing. I don't think it's necessarily my kids' fault, but things are always constantly coming into the home. I've told you guys this, like with my sister, my niece, we have this system where when my niece outgrows books or clothes or toys, my sister will bring that over for us. And when my kids outgrow things that my niece can use, we give it to her. And I like that because we're able to recycle and keep things in the family. So that part I like. But because of that, there's always constantly things coming in. Then there's the treasure box at school. You guys know about that. There's like always trinkets coming. And like I showed you guys that horrific scene in my kitchen, the Tupperware cabinet, right? I was on live chat doing a live video, and we were doing our meal prepping video, and my husband opens on live YouTube the cabinet, and all of my Tupperware falls out. So we're a minimalist, but we're also a family of 5, and yes, it creeps back up. It really does. And so I am always constantly in that maintenance mode, where when I'm standing in a room, or I set aside time every week for decluttering, 15 minutes every week, and I will open up one project and say, what doesn't belong? What can I declutter right now? What can I give away? What can I donate? What needs to maybe go into another room? So I think it's a process. You're not, you know how people say that you're never done decorating? I think the same is true with decluttering. You're never really done because new things will always be coming into your life, whether you like it or not. They just will. They creep up on you. 9 a.m. Okay, awesome. Good. We've had people sometimes join in at like 2 a.m. and all odd hours, which I really appreciate. So hope that's a decent hour. So I'm thankful for that. Hi, Kirubi's here. She said, hi, Mina. I went to the mall the other day, and every time I saw something I really don't need, I would literally think in my head, what would Mina do or say? LOL. Oh my God, that is hilarious. That's so funny. Maybe I should say that to myself too sometimes, because we all have those moments, like, you know, the shoe incident that I just shared. So yes, thank you for sharing that with me. That just made my day. That is so funny. Alex said, this week I bought 3 new tops and was so proud of myself that I eliminated 3 old ones that were not in the best shape. Alex, so did I. Are we twins? That is so funny. I had some tops that were just like, on video you can't tell, but when people would get close to me, you can literally see like the pilling on the tops. I had literally worn them and washed them to death. So I did decide to get rid of them, although they are still hanging in my closet because I like them. It's painful to get rid of them, but they're literally like, they need to be done with. And I did just buy some new tops, which I will be doing a lookbook for you guys soon. So yes, it's like we're on the same schedule. Like everything happens to you, happens to me. And did you actually eliminate the 3 old ones? Because my 3 old ones are still in my closet. I need to get rid of them. I think your name was Melina, right? Yeah, Marlena. Beautiful name. She said, it's 3 a.m., couldn't sleep, and there you are chatting live. I agree, this is a process. Awesome. Oh my God, 3 a.m. We had one of those nights yesterday. So last night, starting at 2 a.m., our fire alarms in the home, all of the carbon monoxide detectors and fire detectors decided they were all going to go off, and they would go off every 2 minutes and then shut off. And my husband would take it down, take the batteries out, and then we would all snuggle back into bed, and then a few minutes later another alarm. And I think we have like so many in every room of the home. All night we went through this. So we did not get any sleep, so I can completely relate to that. And it's still happening today, although it's happening every 2 hours now. I don't feel comfortable disabling all of the detectors in my home. It's obviously a false alarm, but I just don't feel comfortable because God forbid if there was something real to happen, I want some of them on. But if you guys hear that in the background, that's what it is if it goes off. Luckily, it went off just before I started live streaming, so it shouldn't be for another hour or so. Alex said they are in the bag in the car trunk. We'll be taking them to Dropbox tomorrow. Yeah, I need to do that too. It's hard when I buy tops, and you guys, you see me wearing the same clothes over and over again. That's why when you guys say do a lookbook or do outfit of the days, I'm hesitant because you will be bored to death because I wear the same tops all the time. I grow attached to them. I know this is so weird that I'm even admitting to this. And if there is a hole in one, or if it's pilling, or if it's really beyond repair, I have noticed that I have trouble getting rid of it still because I've worn it so much and I've enjoyed it so much. So I was waiting for to buy new tops to replace them with, and I felt like it would ease the pain of getting rid of them, which is so weird because that's just not me. I don't know why I'm like that now, but I become really attached and at one with those tops, which is really weird. But I feel like I put so much effort and thought into what I buy now that I don't know, I get attached to it in some weird way. So Alex, I will be definitely doing that too. Marlena said, love your tops. You always look so chic to me. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I think I think sort of an odd style because I never know how to describe my style, but it's been my style forever and it's kind of evolved with me. So I really do enjoy it. What makes it easy is that since my style hasn't changed all that much throughout the years, it's very easy for me to shop now. When I walk into a store, I know within seconds whether something is good or something isn't because I can tell, is this my type of store, or if it's a store I regularly shop at, I know in that season exactly what. By the way, Boston proper is killing it right now. Like the clothes they got out this season, I am just obsessing over everything. And their stuff doesn't go on sale until June and July. So it's going to be a long time before I can shop. Definitely not paying retail, but if you guys want to take a peek, but don't buy anything, it's super expensive right now, and wait for a sale. Boston proper has like the loveliest tops this season, all like my style, everything I love. Alexa said they have some pink, green, and black cold shoulder from Lush at Nordstrom for $10. I got the pink one, inspired by you. That is so funny. I think I got one of those ones. I think the brand was Lush. I know which ones you're talking about. There was a green one, a blue one, and a pink one. I think those are the ones you're talking about. I think my sister got the green one, but I know what you mean. Nordstrom Rack. Are you talking about the regular store or the Rack? I shop at the Rack mostly, and they have some really good stuff in right now too. So I will be sharing with you guys the tops that I got for spring, summer. And I have a few things at my alteration place. As soon as things come back, I will be doing a lookbook. Marlena said I was attached to everything before I got to know minimalism and Konmari. Yeah, I know a lot of people say that, Marlena. So with me, it's only certain things. With a lot of things, it's almost too easy for me to get rid of it, which is, I don't think that's a good quality necessarily, because then people like me, it's very easy to be like, okay, let's just get new stuff and let's just get rid of this. And so the things that I wear all the time and enjoy, I clearly know what they are because it's very painful for me to get rid of those. But then other things, it's very easy. So through this journey, I found this balance of only buying the things that really spark joy, that really speak to me, really jump out at me, and I know that I will cherish forever because I know my style. And you know, Marlene, I'm not sure how old you are, but as you get older, like, you really begin to know your style because you've had it for so long and you know what doesn't work, right? So yeah, Nordstrom Rack, Alexa, that's where I shop. I have heard of Hot Look, but I haven't shopped there too much. I'm trying to get away from shopping so much online for clothes and things just because of a couple bad experiences like the one that I mentioned, even though I use the cashback sites and I do love shopping online, Amazon Prime for everything. But for clothing, I think Nordstrom Rack and Boston proper I have to because it's online only, and White House Black Market. I like feeling things and really taking the time in the dressing room to try it on to see if it really suits me, because the pain of having to return things and take them back or they're not fitting right is just so annoying to me now. So for those of you guys that are just joining, if you guys can give this video a thumbs up under the video, that would really help me out, not in the chat box but under the video. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, I know a lot of you guys wanted to do like a book club, and I just got the book by Fly Lady. I think it's called Sync Reflections. I know the Fly Lady overall system because I watch YouTube videos and, you know, I researched her. I somewhat follow a hybrid of her system, but I really wanted to read the book. So if you guys want to do that book with me as our first book club, if you guys are in my private Facebook group, we can share more information about it there, or maybe we can even do a live chat, whatever you guys want to do. But for those of you guys that haven't read the book or have read it but just want to discuss it, I'm starting to read it now, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm also in the middle of reading through, I just finished Madame Chic's, you guys know my friend Jennifer Scott here on YouTube, her books. She's got 3 of them, and I just read one, and I'm in the middle of a second one. Loving them, absolutely loving her books. I will be doing a full review on her books as well. So I'm really enjoying all this new like home life type content. So let's do a book review on that. Let me know what you guys think. Alexa said, I used to love Ideally, but they were bought by Groupon and now it's not good. Oh, I did not know that. I actually haven't heard of that site, but I did not know that Groupon owned them. So Maya said, I have realized that for me, if I want something for more than 2 months, then I actually want it. Otherwise, it's just an impulse buy that I regret later. This is such a good point, Samaya. I used to go through that too, where if I wanted something, I would make it. I had a list on my iPhone and I would write it in there, and it amazed me how quickly I would forget about things. And so there were those few things that I would think about forever, and then I knew. So this is such a good rule that you follow, because so many things we forget about. And if it wasn't for me actually writing them down, I think I would have never realized that there's so many things that pop up in my head. If I bought them right away, I would have not I really didn't need them. So I think that's a good thing to do. Lifestyle, the name of the book, it's called Sync Reflections by Fly Lady. So I just got it from my library. I could not find the audiobook. I don't think there is an audiobook online. So I just got the book from my library and I will be reading it. Her cleaning system is really popular here on YouTube by a lot of big YouTubers promote her system. I've actually I know the general system just by Googling it, but I wanted to really read her book. And it's a nice, thick book. It's pretty in-depth. So if you guys wanted to read it with me, I would really enjoy that. And maybe we can bounce back ideas of what worked and what didn't work. I think it will be so fun. Cultivating My Life said, shopping in a store is better experience. For me, it's like both. Like sometimes as a mom with young kids, it's easier to shop online, but then the pain of having to go and return stuff, now that bothers me. So I guess I can agree. I think when I have the time to spend time in the fitting room trying things on and then seeing if they really suit me or not, I think that's always good. Because as our body changes and things, also, I don't know about you guys, but when you order stuff online, do you guys ever have that experience where you get something and it's not quite right, but you end up keeping it anyways because like it's such a pain to return it? That used to happen to me so much, and that's one of the reasons that I'm trying to, at least for shoes and clothes, I'm trying to get off of the whole online thing, because I have that mentality where I know it's so painful to go return stuff, and I tend to just keep it then and try to make it work. Marlena said, my style changed with my age, and thanks to Konmari, I got rid of every cloth that wasn't comfortable. It was much easier with this type. I agree. It's almost like we needed this overall system. We all knew this, right? It's not like groundbreaking. I think we all know this deep down, that we should only own stuff that we enjoy and brings us joy. But I think we needed somebody to remind us in the way that Konmari did. It's really amazing. Nash said, hi Mina, I sent you a request on your Facebook group yesterday, waiting for your approval. Was it a request to join the group, babe, or to post something? I will check into it. I do have a few people that help me moderate, so sometimes they get to stuff before I do, but I will look into that. Cultivating My Life said, I love Fly Lady. Okay, good. So have you read the book? I just kind of Googled her system, but I really want to read the entire book and make sure that I really get it, because there were some parts of it that ended up not working for me, but I'm thinking maybe I understood them incorrectly because I did Google the system and not actually read the book. Universal Journey said, have you heard of the book Living with Intent by Malika Chopra? Is that the owner of intent.com? I haven't read the book, but I think that name sounds really familiar to me. Okay, Nash, I will look into that. Sometimes if there isn't a profile picture on the group on Facebook, and if it's a very new account and there's no friends, we won't add them, because we have had some men trying to get into the group, and I never intended it to be a women only group, but a lot of times us women, we end up posting a lot of personal things on there, weight loss and diet related or other things, and I decided that it would be best if it was female only at this time. So sometimes if we can't tell the gender, or if the account looks fake, we will deny people. So try again, or message me on Facebook first if you have a new account, and I will see what I can do. So let's see. Marlena said, Fly Lady is new for me. Know the system for 2 weeks and think it's great. Have some habits already. That's awesome. So let's see if we can read the book together. It looks like it's gonna be a good read. It seems pretty detailed, and I like books like that. I don't want things just kind of like over on the surface. So I like that it like dives in a little bit deeper. So Kirby said, my problem with shopping for clothes is that I always fall in between 2 sizes. So I have to be really selective because I have to spend extra to get it altered. Same here for some stuff, Kirby, but I found that it's worth it because then it fits so much better. You guys know I am a bargain shopper, so I will stock items and wait forever for them to go on sale. And yes, sometimes things will not go on sale or I will miss the size and stuff, but it's only occasional and I think it's worth it. So that's the reason why I will use a coupon and wait for things to go on sale, because oftentimes I do have to have things altered. But once I get them done, I never regret it because it just fits you like a glove, and that overall look and experience of the clothing is so much better. So I think it's worth it. Z Lovely said, hi, I'm Tahara, just joined in. Awesome, Tahara, welcome. Happy to have you on our Friday night pajama party. We do these every week and they're just so much fun. Cultivating My Life said, yes, I did purge my copy when I did Konmari, but I'll go to the library. That is so funny. I just got mine from my library. I will tell you though, I had to wait a really long time. There was a long list of people before me. So obviously Konmari is very popular and a lot of people like and enjoy her system. I gathered a lot of the information from different YouTubers and Googling it, which isn't always the best way to get information because you're getting it in bits and pieces and somebody else's version of it. So that's why I decided that I should probably read the book. Right now I'm really in that zone where I'm loving reading books on home life. So I'm reading like the Madame Chic series, and obviously I've read Konmari, and then I'll be reading Fly Lady. So I'm really enjoying that right now. Sumaya said, Mina, I will wait for you to explain Fly Lady. I tried to read up about it but found it overwhelming. Okay, Sumaya, that's interesting. I hope I won't, because that is my type of personality too. I really, really wish I could have gotten it in audiobook form, but I couldn't find it because it's so much easier for me to like read audiobooks or listen to audiobooks when I'm working out or cleaning and things than to actually be able to sit down and read now with my toddler. So we'll see how long it takes me to get through that. Alexa said, where do you get clothes altered? It is hard to find a professional tailor here. So I have this place by my home that does dry cleaning, and there is this sweet little man there, and he is really good with clothes. Sometimes it takes time. He just like really gets what I mean, and like with my he's done a lot of my jeans, he's done skirts for me and things like that, so he gets it. So that's the place, and it's not very expensive. It's usually like $7 to $8 for one item. So, and not that I'm getting anything complicated done anyways. I'm usually just like getting my jeans hemmed and things like that. But it's reasonably priced. He does a fairly good job, and he takes about a week, which is not too bad. Speaking of which, I need to pick up my new jeans tomorrow. I finally found a pair of white jeans that fit. So I wanted a pair for this season. So I will be doing my lookbook for spring summer soon. And I will be breaking it into parts like spring summer lookbook, like mommy outfits, and like my tropical outfits that I could do like resort wear, and then like some fun like date night type outfits. So I want to do that for you guys. So Maya said I was reading on her website. Too scared to read the book now. See, I was reading her website too, and I found it kind of overwhelming. I can agree with that. We're talking about Fly Lady for those of you guys that just joined in. I will be reading her book, and I wanted to see if you guys wanted to do a Fly Lady book club with me. Give this video a thumbs up for those of you guys that are just joining in. And so the Fly Lady method is this cleaning method that a lot of YouTubers use, and I've been interested in it, but I got really overwhelmed just like you, Samaya, and I gave up. And so I gave up reading the website, and what I did was I listened to a lot of YouTube videos, and that's how I gathered the information. I do like her system, but I want to see like how she explains it in the book. Alex said, I have the best shoe repairman. I buy shoes and keep forever. I haven't been so lucky with alterations. I was about to post over Craigslist for clothing alterations. Yeah, I don't know where I could tell you. This guy was the first guy I found in Houston, and it kind of was just a match made in heaven kind of situation. He is not fussy, he doesn't charge a lot, and he does a pretty good job. So I wouldn't know where to begin. I'm the same way with shoes. In fact, I have 2 pairs of shoes that need to be fixed. So I'm trying to find a shoe repair shop. But it's so hard to find new things that are just right or just broken in or just fit you right, you know? So once you find something, it's better to have it altered or fixed than always be looking for that new thing and tossing the old things out. So guys, with that, I will let you guys go and enjoy your evening or your day, depending on where you're at with your families. Thank you guys so much for joining me for tonight's pajama party. I will be doing something fun tomorrow, Saturday. I think Irfan and I will be doing a video together, probably a live stream. I do also need to do my grain-free special meal prep. So I may do that live, I may not, but we have fun stuff coming up this weekend, so look out for that. Also, there's been a glitch on YouTube again. I've had at least 20 people complain to me in the last few days that either they're not getting my notifications for my live streams or they've been unsubscribed from my channel. So if you follow me and you enjoy my videos, make sure that you check on my videos regularly if you got unsubscribed, and check on Facebook. I try and notify there when I'm about to go live, but I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with YouTube again. It seems like the glitch is back. So many people got unsubscribed from my channel, and luckily they were regular followers, so they knew to look for me, but I wonder how many people get unsubscribed and then they don't even realize that and never come back. So YouTube is glitchy again. Just wanted to let you guys know that's what's going on. Hopefully they will fix the situation soon, but you guys know how it is with YouTube. So guys, thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you guys can give all of my future videos that you guys enjoy thumbs up, it really helps me out. I really appreciate it. Tanny said, can't wait for your lookbook and other exciting videos. Thank you. Bye Universal Journey, bye Sumaya, bye Alex. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Diane said, YouTube notified me 30 minutes into the live. Luckily I saw it was time on Facebook and came over. Diane, that's what a lot of people are saying too, that they get notified 2 hours after the live stream. So I don't know what's going on, but they've started it again. It seems like they seem to be like after me on YouTube. I don't know what's going on because they promised that it was all fixed and apparently it's not. It is what it is. I do appreciate you guys, and I'm so glad that you guys reach out and let me know when that does happen. So that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next live chat. Bye. I'll see you guys this weekend, though. We will be live chatting this weekend for sure. Bye.